Morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry. I must have slept throughout the day.
It's Monday, man. We can excuse you. It's a Monday, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's been a rough Mondays, but anyways, we're gonna survive this. We have a great fisherman on deck. Cindy Adler-Jackson. She's a tough cookie. She led, I think it was both shoals after day one.
Yep.
She's a relatively young angler. So anything else you want to say, Rob?
No, I got to do my typical intro. How y'all are? Cajun Rob hanging out with you. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. She's a heck of an angler and a great stick. So definitely get your notebooks ready.
All right. Well, let's bring her on. Cindy Adler-Jackson.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Outstanding.
How do you guys get that y'all in there all the time? I don't understand.
How do you not get it in there? That's normal vocabulary.
I know. I thought everybody was like that. I thought everybody said that, growing up.
Yeah.
Rob says that every time, and it makes me laugh. I do not know why, but it does. But anyway, welcome to the show. Appreciate you agreeing to come on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. If you don't mind, we'll start out with how you got into fishing, and if you tell us a little bit about that.
All right. So I've loved to fish. I remember as a kid, we'd go to see my grandparents, and they had a little creek nearby, and Mom always let me go fishing there. But then whenever I got out of college, I worked as a youth minister at a church in my town, and I had a secretary, and her husband came on about the same time as I did as our custodian or maintenance guy, I guess it is. Yep. And so I had off Fridays. I was the youth pastor, and he had off Fridays, but his wife had to work, and his name is Al Pierce. And he went to heaven, but he still made a very big impact on my life. He took me fishing. Awesome. We'd go every Friday, and while his wife worked, and yeah, we just we'd fish for anything. And people in the church got wind of me doing that, and there was a more a professional angler, I'll say. He's humble and won't call himself that, but his name is Mark Billings, and he fished a lot of stuff younger, and he fishes in every club. So he's a very well-known fellow around our neck of the woods. And they just was like, hey, we should do a church tournament, and so I could get to know Mark. Well, he was my partner on that church tournament, and he hands me a bait caster and says, learn to throw it. This is all you're throwing. And I had never thrown a bait caster. I've just done the push button. So I went in my backyard, and I threw that thing, and I threw that thing, and I threw it, and was ready to go. And so we get to that little church tournament. There was just about probably 10 people or so, 2 in each boat. And we were just, I think, fishing for white bass. Actually, it was when they were schooling. And he told me to scoot over in the driver's seat of the boat. And I said, oh, I've never driven a boat. And he's like, I don't care. And this is a, $70,000 boat. And I'm like, okay. And he never let me leave that seat. That's, I feel like, why I got so comfortable, is because he was always there to to encourage that. And we ended up, of course, winning that little church tournament, and won $5 from everybody. And then we ended up buying everybody's lunch. And so it was a fun trip. But that opened the door. He saw how much I enjoyed it, and how, I guess, he thought I was a hand. So he told me to learn how to flip. So he gave me a bait caster. He showed me how to do it. And he said, go home, stand on a bucket, put your 3 things out there, and learn how to flip, because that's all you're going to do the next time we go. And I said, okay. So I went home, and I stood on a bucket, and I practiced, and I practiced, and I practiced. And then after that, we went every Sunday for a couple years. And we still fished together. It took a little bit, but I did a few benefit tournaments with him. And then about in 2016, the Lady Bass Anglers came to Bull Shoals. And he said, Punk, you need to fish that, because he always calls me Punk. And he's like, I said, oh, no, I can't fish that without you. He said, no, you're going to fish that. And so I went as a co-angler, first tournament with them, and I ended up winning it as a co-angler.
Hey.
And then that next year, I fished a few more with them. And that's kind of where it started. I started my fishing is with the LBA, was with that tournament on Bull Shoals. And, I tell everybody, like, my closest friends are older gentlemen that are retired and just kind of take me under their wing and I just listen and absorb everything that they have to tell me. And, Mark's he's my best friend, and I know that if I need anything fishing wise, that he's gonna have it, or he's gonna know somebody, or we're gonna figure it out. So that's kind of how my start came about, was just some old fellas taking me fishing. And I fished creeks a lot before I had my boat. That's what my husband and we started dating, and that was one of our first dates, was going to the creeks and fishing. My buddy, they give me keys to some fences that one of my friends did, and I just enter their land, and there's a good creek that's down there. So, I have a lot of friends that support me and help me out whenever I need it. So that's kind of how I've gotten started, and I just love it.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, I know you have a big fan in Pam Horn.
I know. Yeah, I love Pam Horn. Yeah,
yeah. So do we.
Yeah.
She's a regular watcher viewer, and she's been on the show a couple times. And she sent me a message saying that she was excited for you to be on, and she'll definitely listen to this because she likes Bull Shoals as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She called you. I want to say she called you the Queen of Bull Shoals.
And she said my girl. And she said my girl on this. So
yeah. And Carly Jo Prevet's on, says hello.
Oh, yeah. I'll get to fish with her. I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. She better. Linda.
Yep. She says you got this. Now I got a question for you. Now, Carly Jo, she puts fish in her mouth.
Yeah. How this is what I love about that. You know how people have their thing, I watch. If you watch YouTubers, sometimes they just have their sayings. Like you have your saying.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's her thing. She better keep it up. Because when she gets YouTube famous or fishing famous or whatever it is, that's going to be her trademark. So.
Yes,
absolutely.
It already is.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
And she's excited to fish with you, Cindy.
Yeah, and she'll tell her. I said, you better start getting on a bucket.
That's good advice right there.
Yeah.
Not to be off topic a little bit, but she just won her first high school tournament this past weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, what is your go-to technique or your favorite technique?
Flipping.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah, that's my go-to. It's my strength, and it's what I do the most. And I'll do it any chance I get. So
you can't beat that.
No. Smart woman. One of my first years in a club tournament, and guy says, "Hey, you flipping?" I go, "No, I never have." He goes, "Well, I don't have to worry about you."
Yeah.
So after that. And this is before you. This was back in '98. way back in the 1900s.
Feels like it now.
Yeah, and so I learned to flip. So Carly Jo says she got on buckets, Dad's flatbed, or whatever I could find to flip into cups just about every morning before school and after.
Good job.
That is good.
Yep, can't beat that.
It's gonna pay off when you're fishing with me.
Absolutely.
There you go. Yeah.
So
definitely a big fish technique for sure.
Yeah.
You say that the first fish I caught on a 1 ounce jig.
Yep.
Was a bluegill.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
And it was hooked in the mouth.
Jeez.
I even showed my boulder. I'm like, look.
Dang.
Yeah. But no. So where do you like to fish? Prefer to fish?
Like the lake,
body of water, maybe. I'm sorry.
Like the lake, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Bull Shoals is probably my comfort zone. I do fish Table Rock some. That's another local lake, and I do like those. But Bull Shoals is definitely probably my favorite body of water to fish. It's beautiful. This picture actually behind me I took last year on Bull Shoals when the sun was coming up. So
that's awesome.
I just think a lot. Like I just love Bull Shoals.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's usually good too.
There you go. And Corey Jackson says I usually catch the big bluegill for her.
Yeah, that's my husband.
He gets all the small fish out of the way for you.
Yeah, he does.
That's being a team player right there.
Yep, and he moves all the sticks for me, so he does really good when he helping me.
Yeah,
bluegill and sticks.
Yeah, Pam Horn wants to know what made you decide to make the switch from co-angler to boater, and did you ever think about it before you made a decision? I
got a boat.
Hey.
Boats are really expensive, and like you have to be, I'm the opposite. Like I'm pretty like financially where I can right now. That's a big part of it. It took years to save up for it, and then finding the right one, which was easy, but the electronics, wanting to have everything that I need on it at that time of purchasing it was one of the big holdups of why I haven't been a boater sooner. And then like last year, like when we finally got it, I had it last year, part of the year, but I knew I had to with these local lakes, and I'm super thankful that LBA is around my lakes so that I actually get more comfortable as a boater on my home lakes. And that's huge. And that's an encouragement for people that want to start with something. Go to what's local for you, where you're comfortable, and just do it as a boater, or start as a co like I did. But that's the reason that it took me so long, was I just didn't have a boat.
Yeah, it kind of helps.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, but
now, what kind of boat you got? What kind of setup you got on your boat?
I got a Vexus, 2080 aluminum Vexus.
Cool.
It's awesome. Like I love the aluminum boat. It holds up fantastic. It has a 200 Yamaha motor. The boat, the Yamaha blue, the boat is the same color as that, so it's really pretty. Everybody likes pretty.
Oh yeah.
And so, but yeah, it runs great. That's perfect for me. I can go a little bit shallower, and that's how I like to fish.
Yeah, and they're a little more forgiving when you kind of hit stuff in the shallows. So that's never plus.
Yep, it is.
But yeah, they do have a great boat, awesome package.
They do.
I used to think 6 foot and under was shallow, but now now everybody's fishing like 15 to 20, and that's shallow. Seems like up here.
No way. I found out you can plane out at 3 foot.
Dang.
That's what you just don't let up. But yeah, I like shallow. And 15 is not shallow to me. That's deep. So.
It's like in South Louisiana. I remember when they first had the radar come out. We was in a big thing and it's talking about radar. And one of the old Cajun guys in the back says, "Hey y'all, if you stick your pole in the water and you hit bottom, you can't hit bottom. That's fishing too deep." Yeah. That was hilarious. But yeah, it's like 6 foot is deep down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a bunch of cliffs up here, and it's like 5 feet off the water or off the cliff, and you're in like 50, 60 feet.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Don't. No.
Now the deepest I caught a bass was around little over 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew says if my trolling motor isn't in dirt, it's not shallow enough.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I agree.
little dirt dobbing.
Yeah.
And Andrew's a Florida man. Is there any lakes that you really don't care about going to, or are you just one of these persons who just like fishing, doesn't matter where you go?
I am one of those persons, but there is a Lake of the Ozarks that I have not had good luck on. I got the privilege to fish the FLWs with Costa.
Yep.
Melinda Mize and I, she hooked me up over there with doing that, and super thankful for her. I just have not done well at Lake of the Ozarks. I've been there, I think, three or four times. Fish with my girl Vanetta with the OMT. There's a trail here, and I fished with her, and we didn't do that great. I think we fished that twice, and one was a freezing cold. I just have never. You kind of label lakes of how well you do, and that one has got the X through it right now. So hopefully one of these days he'll change my mind. But right now I wouldn't care to go to that one. So, and it's busy and boat docks. I'm not a great boat dock fisherman.
And gin clear water, I heard. It's got gin clear water. That makes it tough.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's Gunnersville for me. That's my Lake X. Hey TJ, how you doing, buddy? He's a New York guy. Pam Horn says, doesn't your dad have a fishing background?
He doesn't, not really. So he likes to fish. He's a retired firefighter, and he just retired a few years ago, and he's picked up that and followed me doing that. He used to have a trailer, and they would take me to some of my fishing tournaments that were further away, especially when I had a newborn. They would go with me and take care of my baby while I would fish these with the LBA. Cool. So he's super supportive and would drop anything to go with me to do it. And then anytime I say, hey, I need somebody in the boat, he's with me. But he's just recently got to be able to have the opportunity to fish, because he's been busy working. He had chicken houses too, so he's just kind of now getting to live that life out. So,
good for him.
Yeah. So
can't beat that.
No, you can't. Is there any lakes that you have not been to that you would like to go to, like your bucket list lake? Yeah,
I'm ready for Gunnersville. Yep. You said that you don't like it. I
like it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of big fish in Gunnersville, and so I want to go there and see them. That or Lake Fork. Just don't have big fish up here, and so here we consider a 5-pounder a big fish, and so I'm ready. I liked Lake Palestine. Palestine. I don't know. They say a different. I don't know which one is right, but I like that one. I won the classic there one year with the LBAA.
Cool.
And so that had some 6-pounders on the over there. But I think Gunnersville is definitely on there, and I get to mark that off this year. So I'm excited for that.
Yes. I don't blame you. Gunnersville, I think you'll enjoy it. Your style of fishing.
Mm-hmm. Hope so.
Rob, did you see that smile get bigger and bigger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have to flip 8, 10, 12 feet of water, but you can still get them in the mud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll still try.
Oh, yeah.
Every tournament it gets picked up. Like, I can't deny that. I have to adjust if there's a lot of wind, but I'm always going to try to flip something.
Oh, yeah. And in tournaments, how it goes, changing conditions. One day it's hot, next day it's rainy. I mean, it always changes. So.
Yep. It does.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Corey Jackson says he's an MLF ref.
Yep.
Yeah.
My dad.
We were talking about that prior to the show. You said he's been an official for the MLF a little bit.
Yeah, he has. He done it for when he retired. They were when it first started. They were looking for some retired firefighters and police officers and Army and things. Then so he signed up and took a class, and that's how it kind of started. And yeah, he's loved it. And
cool.
Getting to be with those guys that we watch on TV, and I'm like, how was he? Was he nice? Did you like him? and he says most of it, he's not had a really. They're all pretty genuine, he said. So.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't had a bad one, and so it's been cool. And he brings home baits and has to show me things, so it's fun.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
So he lives the experience. You get the education.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I'll take it.
Carly Joe says Lake Fork is fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely looks like it.
That's one of the lakes I wouldn't mind going to. But we'll see. Pam Horn says she thinks it's awesome that your husband supports you in the way he does. Can you talk about how important that support is to a female angler?
Yeah, it makes or breaks them. He's just always been supportive. Like when I was like, no, I need to step back. He's like, why? I was like, because we have a family and I need to be like, he's like, no, you don't, just go. Like, I got this. And whenever he can, he'll take his vacations around some of the tournaments so that he can go with me. And we can take our kids. And so, but yeah, I could, it would be harder to do this without his support. And I know I fished with a lady who her husband didn't get it, or, some of them don't get it. And so you really have to be brave if you're going to start it. And so it's huge for family support. I mean, just this week I'm going to, leave out and be gone till Friday night. And so luckily I have my in-laws who are amazing, and they help with our kids, but it's definitely challenging. It would be challenging. I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have the support that I have in him and my family. And I mean, I've had, we fish benefit tournaments and quite a few weekends. And if our families didn't support us doing that, then we wouldn't get to fish together at all too. So it takes an army for me to be able to do this, so and I don't get out on, like I told you, my buddy Mark and Roger and a few of the people that I fish with, like they went out last week and helped me pre-fish. They were checking water, so because I have to work, I still work full time, and I have having young kids at home, I just can't take that time. So with that support here in my life, then it makes a huge difference. Like you have to I have to have that right now at this stage of my life. When I was single, it was fine, but when you start trying to juggle a family life with fishing, even you guys know it's difficult. And if your wife didn't support you or things, and it's just less common when females do it. That's what's funny about it is like it is less common, but he's just always, he makes my videos. We have a YouTube channel, and he's so good at the editing stuff, and that's he's a tech guy. He loves the tech stuff, and so it works out for both of us because I love the fishing side. So you want me to push this button? Like, what button do I put? And so he just has to. Okay, you remember to put so that it. To hopefully take off with YouTube and things like that through his videos. Like all I'm doing is fishing, and he's and push and record, and he has to looks at all the footage, and so he's been so supportive with everything, and he has dreams for that stuff just like I have dreams with fishing. So yeah. That's awesome. So hopefully they both take off.
Yeah. Well, you make a great team. Y'all make a great team together. So there you go.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Can you teach my wife how to fish?
So that's my buddy. His wife is really one of my best friends too. We run together. And so yes, I would love to teach her.
They start you a guide service. There you go.
Oh, they like to trout fish though. So I think but they're about to get a bass fisherman in their family, I think. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So he may be going out more. I don't know. I need to talk to her and see. So.
Yeah, I tried trout fishing once. I didn't like the trolling aspect of it.
Oh, that's what I do when I get bored. I just not bored. When I have a bad tournament, I'll go trout fishing.
Yep.
And just relax and
there you go.
It's a slow. You just kind of throw and troll, and you don't have to think about it. So.
Yeah, and then I have a little kid at home too, a little 6-year-old girl, and when I have a bad tournament, coming back and seeing the support that she gives me, that makes that bad tournament go away.
Oh yeah,
it does. Yeah, they say, "Oh, it's okay, Mom." Like,
yeah,
my son's already said, "I hope you win, Mom." I was like, I'm gonna try. So he doesn't like fishing, but he'll watch all my videos and things.
There you go.
So what is, if you don't mind, what is your YouTube channel?
Adler-Jackson Outdoors. So if you just put in the Adler-Jackson Outdoors, it'll pop up, and we've got quite a few shorts, a lot of humor in there. My husband is not a fisherman. He wants to be, and he goes, but he's doing I tell him, I was like, you're doing fantastic. Like but he's still like, we have the pro and amateur. There's a video on there that's pretty funny of us fishing together, and then all these benefit tournaments, because they're just for a good cause. He doesn't care. Yep. I'm like, just jump in the boat with me. Let's do these fun ones. And so he does, and those are always entertaining because he thinks every boat trip should have snacks and lunch.
I agree.
So you would love fishing with him. He has to stop every few hours and have a snack and things like that. And so he's pretty funny to go with. So,
yeah, I think my buddy down there brings a picnic basket and a full spread when he goes fishing, I believe.
Yeah.
Now look, my wife is a baker, so I bring a dozen homemade cookies. Okay, and they're about that big around. I share them with my boater.
There you go.
All right, and then I'll bring cheeses and meat and pepperoni and pickles and nuts to snack on. It's all stuff I could just put in my pocket in a little Ziploc and eat as I'm fishing.
Yeah, true. No, he brings like sandwiches and pasta. Like this time he brought a bag of pasta, Ziploc bag. He doesn't care to eat things cold. But he has to have some sort of meal out there.
Yeah,
and
I understand that.
I
had a buddy bring fried chicken. I'm like, I can't do that cold.
I did either. Not me.
So Pam wants to know what you would say to another co-angler that's thinking about making the swap to being a boater.
It's a lot of pressure. I won't lie. I was at the Bull Shoals, the one you were saying I was leading day one. Like that was my first big tournament as a boater.
Cool.
And it put a lot of, I put a lot of pressure on myself, like, because it's my home lake. I want to do good. I was competing against this Rising Star thing to win an extra $500. I knew I could, like, I wanted to catch these fish, and I was in tears in the second day because of all the pressure I put on myself. But then I step back and I'm done with the tournament, and I ended up fourth, and I'm addicted. I got to make all the decisions, and do all that, and I loved it. Like, I was really hard on myself during that time, but now as I reflect back, I'm like, you did good. Just because you didn't win, you didn't do bad. Like, you caught fish, like, you had a limit. And so half the battle is yourself. Like, I'm the one that put all that pressure on myself. I should have just relaxed and just, went fishing and just said, okay, if it's your tournament, it's your tournament. Like, that's everybody knows that. Like, and I was hoping I was trying to make it my tournament, and it was close, but it wasn't mine at the end. But I gave it my all. And so if you're thinking about going, it was a lot easier because I knew Bull Shoals, and I know Table Rock. So that's a tremendous help. Just knowing the lake, and making sure that you're comfortable up front, because you're also fishing with a co-angler. Like, you have to make sure that you're comfortable with everything, because to me it's a boater's responsibility, like everything. And so I never had a choice. Like I said, with Mark, from day one, he made me drive. From day one, he made me be in the front of the boat. That was just how it was. So I knew no different. So it wasn't hard for me to switch to a boater. It's just the decisions sometimes. But if I could just say, okay, this is your rookie year as a boater, and if you can just tell yourself that, and that all you're going out there is to just fish and get the experience, and the more years with being a boater, like, those Linda Gessner and Robbie, like, they're just so much more comfortable with these lakes, with just getting out there and doing it. Like, I eventually want to be like that, where it's like, okay, this is second nature. Let's just go fishing. And they just have that confidence, which I don't think I'm lacking the confidence. It's just the pressure that you put on yourself as a boater. I love fishing with those relaxed fishermen, like, Leslie Anderson. She's one of my favorite people because she's so relaxed. She has fun every tournament. And sometimes I think boaters forget to have fun.
Yeah.
And so as a co-angler to a boater, that's what I'm telling myself, is you got to have fun. Like, don't kill yourself, beat yourself up. Just go fish and give yourself some grace. And so it's just fish water you're comfortable with first. And it helps out a lot too. So that's kind of what I would tell a co-angler, is just to relax and not put so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
that's true. I know, like you mentioned Linda Gessner. She's not a rookie. She's been around the block. Okay. Mm-hmm. And one of these days you'll be there. You'll get there. I could tell you're a very driven individual.
Mm-hmm.
Just by, how you were saying that, okay, your friend told you to get on the bucket and practice flipping,
yep.
and you did. It's like, well, to the average person, they'd be like, that's kind of stupid. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So, and I think we all go through that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you'll get there.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I know. I will.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully this tournament. No, I'm just kidding.
No, hey,
you might surprise yourself. You never know.
Yeah.
And your next event, where's that at?
It's on Table Rock, actually. It's this week with the Lady Bass Anglers, and we'll fish that. Another thing, let me mention that that's really helped me as a boater. So there's Gateway Bass and Gals, speaking of Linda Gessner, like they have that. They have a little club tournament. And it's smaller than the LBAA. And so last year I fished with them. And then I fished with them again this year. And that really built my confidence of like being okay with going as a boater. And because like they're all about the teaching aspect. It's like, 10 people, and that counts co-anglers too. And hopefully it'll grow, but it's just a great learning experience. And I got out there, and it's just the more I'm out there, the better, the better time that, the more comfortable I am in the boat. So
yeah. Yep. Justin, he's a friend of mine. He says being a boater sucks. Pressure, stress, no time to eat cookies.
So, but yeah, the Lady Bass Anglers have their third stop on Thursday and Friday of this week. So tune in to watch that. There's going to be, live weigh-in check type things where we send on our weights both those days. And so you can keep track of the score tracker that way. It's going to be fun. And then we'll hopefully, I think there's about 17. There is some co-angler spots. So if you're thinking about it, if you live in the Table Rock area, please reach out and fish that with us. It's a great way to start because there are some co-angler spots available for that tournament that I know of right now. So yeah, nice. That's my next stop.
Nice. Well, good luck. Safe travels on that. Pam says, make sure the Dynamic Duo is signed up for Fishing for Hope tournament at Bull Shoals on May 19th. I know that's a...
Yeah. I love it. Pam, I'll have to talk to you about that. I'm hoping to fish that. Like I said, I love these local things. And my husband and I are getting kind of a reputation at the local ones with the benefit ones because he's such a goofball with his videos, and we capture our all day fishing, and so people get entertained watching him not be the better angler. So, but hopefully I can, Pam. He's on call with work, so I don't know if he'll be able to join me, but we're gonna have to see from some prior commitments that we have if we're going to be able to fish that one. But if you live in the Peel area, definitely hit that one up. It is May 19th, and it's for a good cause. We want to definitely plug that in there.
Definitely.
Absolutely. But charity tournaments are blast because you know almost all the people in it. You see kind of the same people at every one of them, but it's a blast.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to give up this big stuff and just fish those because they're just fun. They're just good. Oh yeah. So.
Have you ever told your husband just leave your fishing stuff at home and bring a camera?
No, because the camera is usually right here and on my dash. So I don't. And then he has the ideas. So I really do enjoy fishing with him. I think it helps us as a couple. It's a big deal to me, and so I would much rather have him with me than at home. So it's been fun.
I completely understand it. My wife and I, she doesn't fish, but we take one of my tournament weeks and we make a week-long vacation of it, and we'll get an Airbnb or something and just go enjoy it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a story behind that.
Well, I don't see anything.
Oh, okay. You said he should after he hit you with a top. You hit him with a top water.
No, you're cutting out. I can't hear you. No, I'm kidding. I did hit him with the top water. So,
oops.
Yeah, right. Like I was going back and
he was too close. He was too close.
He kept telling me, "You're gonna hit me," and I was like, "No, you're fine. You're fine. Just stay up here. You're fine." And I told him that, all the last tournament and all this tournament, and then like I rear back and smack right in the head. Luckily, he had a hat on, so it grabbed his hat, and it did. I mean, he was bleeding, but we didn't have to pull out any hooks. It just got him. Ooh. I think he did it when he ducked, but he did. He did leave a nice big hole in the hat. So
he didn't duck quick enough, maybe.
No.
But it happens.
It happens. He kept telling me, and I was like, no. So, oops.
Corey, I feel your pain. I've had it happen to me. Fishing with a buddy, Rick Clun had this crankbait that was probably about 7 pounds, and it hit me in the back of the head. I dropped my rod and everything. It's not fun.
Oh.
If you take the fun out of it, there's no point, since every fish catch, regardless of size, is so much fun.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes. It's even better if you're catching fish, because like up north where I'm at, most of the time you have a spinning rod in your hand.
Yep.
So, see, I can have a cookie in one hand and my fishing rod.
There you go.
Yeah. It's a good way to think of that. Yeah.
See, drop shot be perfect for that. I mean, there you go.
Or you can flip with it. Just
there you go.
Reeling in.
Have you been to Lake Chatuge?
No.
Man, that's a pretty lake. We went there last year too, and it's about the size of a house. It's so small, but it's very pretty. Gorgeous. And I drop shotted there. That's why I said that, because it's kind of a pointy lake where there wasn't, but it's not big at all. But there's mountains everywhere. It's like in a little, but it's pretty.
Yeah, most of the places I fish are the places that the pros go to, like Champlain, Thousand Islands, Cayuga, Oneida.
Yeah.
Only because the series I fish. But
we'll talk about mountains. I'm going to Douglas Saturday, and Douglas, put that on your list, because you launch out of Douglas, there's the Smoky Mountains all in the background on one side of the lake. So it's pretty cool. And a great lake to fish on top of that. But it's right outside Sevierville, Tennessee. So pretty neat place.
Is that how you say that? Sevierville?
Sevierville. And I was local for a while. So, yep, Sevierville. Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Yeah, all right there. Yeah, it's good. It's a great lake.
That's probably why people looked at me weird when I was calling it Saverville.
Yeah. Well, I lived off Governor John Sevier Highway, and it's named after him. So I kind of learned it pretty quick.
I mean, I could say Governor Johnson. Cindy and I are a lot alike with fishing and food. Ain't nobody got time for a sandwich. See.
Yep.
Look, I got a full buffet. Corey and I don't know if we'd be getting many casts if Corey and I were on the boat together.
Still have fun, though.
Yeah. And that's what it's about. Carly Joe, what's the best advice you can give a new co-angler?
I mean, I know everybody says just do it, but like, it's another one. I only started as a co-angler because it was at my home lake. So I really encourage people, if it's at a close lake that you know, just go as a co-angler so you know. Like, or if you reach out or just know somebody, like, ask him about it and go. But I would just, I had to stick local first, and then I started traveling with it. But one other advice is, make sure I had my tackle bag was very important for me as a co-angler.
Yep.
And so, because you can't bring a lot. So I would get gallon-sized Ziploc bags, and I would have all my flipping stuff I needed, the bait I wanted, the hooks, the weights, the bobber stoppers, that was in that bag. And then I'd have a few boxes that had crankbaits or my favorite cranks or my favorite. So you try to keep it simple. Like as a co-angler, you don't have as many options as your boater. So, you got to think like, okay, I can flip maybe a shaky head. So have like a Ziploc bag, put all your shaky head stuff in there, so that you can easily grab that and change that out. And then, if you need a Carolina rig box, like you'd have a little box that had your beads and your swivel thingies and that stuff. And so that's kind of what my advice for new co-anglers is, other than just go fishing, was like, make your tackle as simple as you can, and don't overthink it. Yep. Because so many times you can only have 5 or 6 rods anyway. Yep. So just put some confident baits on there, have a little bit what you're going, and then just stick with it. And that's what I.
Pam says you're a freaking rock star packing your tackle as a co-angler.
Well, that's because of my thought process. It's like I don't have as many as much options. That's another thing why I liked being a boater. I got to throw the A-rig, like on both shoals. Like I never have that opportunity. Even throwing a crankbait or a moving bait, you just don't have as good as of option to do that from the back of the boat. You can still try to do it, but it's not as effective as in the front of the boat. So you have to counter that and know kind of just the small amount of baits that are going to do that, and not overload yourself with the options. Just keep it simple. So
the KISS method, there you go. I like it.
Yeah. So
so serious question, not to be weird, as a female angler that is a boater, do you feel you get the respect you should in a tournament at the ramp, etc.? Do you feel comfortable, welcome, since most of the fields are guys?
I have always felt that way. It might be because the locals know me, and that's kind of where I started. But I also like the girl card. So like if I do mess up, like loading the boat or something, I can be like, I'm sorry, I'm a girl. Like, I use it to
there you go.
benefit, and I show them, like I've proved myself a lot around this area, and so people know me when I show up, that I'm not just a female in a boat. Like I'm a female fisherman, and so it's just I haven't had any horrible experiences with the men in this field. I felt respected, and people are like, man, like you're good. Like they're encouraging. There should be more women out there like that, is what, I've always got encouraged. But I won't lie. I've pulled the girl card a few times if I do something stupid. So,
Rob, isn't that what you were saying a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Pam Horn says, as a co-angler, fell under the her tackle as a co-angler fell under the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna end it with this one. She always loads the boat and drives and catches all the fish.
Hey, at least he's honest. At least he's honest.
He's a backer. He's the boat backer. So
there you go. Now, we gave you the hint before. Probably one of the toughest questions, and you had no problem answering it right off the bat. What's your favorite homemade cookie?
Chocolate chip. But the chunk chips are the best. So maybe add a chunk chip instead of regular chocolate chips.
Yeah.
But I would like to thank my sponsors, Virtus Rods, and then I have Duckett and Costa sunglasses, and I drive a Toyota, so that wins me some good money. I'm trying to pick up a few more for this year, especially after I get on my resume for this circuit that I'm hoping to pick up a few more and have another New Jersey. So if anybody's looking for a female angler to sponsor, just come on and give me a holler. And I would love to do that. But super thankful for the opportunity. The Vexus boat I drive, that it's a great boat, Yamaha Motors. And so, yeah, I'm just so thankful for the opportunities I get with these sponsors, and I hope it continues to grow.
Absolutely. And thanks, Travis and the gang, for putting on great tournaments. I mean, y'all have had some great tournaments so far this year.
Yeah, totally. We really have. So,
and I believe your weigh-in's going to be live on my streaming channel.
Good.
Jason
Cool.
Fishing, or it's going to be under the American Angler Outdoors streaming channel. You can get that on both Roku and Fire Stick.
Perfect.
Justin wants the Vexus.
I can give you a tour. Like, if you're interested, it is a local for me here, and it's awesome to go in there and look how they're made, and get to see how the whole process goes. It's amazing, and they are worth their money.
Oh yeah.
So.
You mean boats cost money nowadays? I thought they were getting cheaper.
Yeah, well, it's mainly the electronics that cost most of the money,
Yeah.
not the boat itself. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, you
The
want a good boat.
The boat's $50, the motor's $10, electronics is $75.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there.
Yeah.
With a big 22-inch monitor on front.
Yeah. Man.
I need that to see that a boat.
I mean, I'd have to have. Remember back in the day, they had the Nintendos and they had the
Yep.
Had the magnifier for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Cindy's like, no, I don't remember those. No, we were talking about family support and all that stuff, and that is a big part of fishing, whether you're on the pro side or the co side. I've had several friends whose spouses didn't agree with tournament fishing as much and ended up causing some divorces.
Yeah.
And you have to get that work-life balance. Corey says I lost her at Nintendo.
I think everything's Nintendo. Like yeah.
No,
we're not even going to mention Atari, so let's keep on going.
Yeah.
Pong.
Yeah.
No. Cindy, thank you for coming on. You've been a great guest. Appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime. Thank y'all for doing what you do.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have these broken down, and I'll send you all of the things you can use on your YouTube for shorts, and you can also just take it from our YouTube channel if you want, and have Corey cut it up for you. And
yeah, he will. He'll do a great job.
Oh yeah,
Adler-Jackson Outdoors. Check it out.
Absolutely, and we look forward to you weighing some big fish this week, Thursday and Friday. So we'll be looking forward to it.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right.
All righty.
Thank you very much. All right. Take care.
All right.
You too.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye. Do I exit?
All right.
Sharp young lady right there, boy. She's got the passion for the sport and love her enthusiasm.
Same here. All right, fellas. So tomorrow night we have Stephen Draghi. He's a New York man, co-angler, excellent fisherman. Finished third in the Toyota on Harris Chain, I believe it was.
Yep.
And anything else?
No, I look forward to. He's an absolute stick, but yeah, Miss Cindy brought it, so we look forward to see Cindy and every ladies weighing in Thursday and Friday. So y'all tune in. I think it's gonna be a good tournament.
Yes. All right. Well, y'all have a good night.
See you. Peace out.